What's good, DE? I'm Aiden Reyes. I'm part of the Desert Edge Wrestling team, and please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. DETV starts now.
Hello, and welcome to DETV.
Today is March 30th, 2021.
I'm Von Hopridge.
And I'm Carla Arias.
On today's show, we'll have an update on the latest in DE sports.
And on this day in history, we take a look at how the 49th state joined the Union.
But first, let's get to today's announcements. Tryouts for the DE Palm team are coming up soon. If you have school spirit and enjoy dancing, then this is the team for you. There will be a tryout meeting on Friday, April 9th at 3:45 p.m. in the auditorium. During the meeting, coaches will go over all requirements for Palm tryouts. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at DEHS Varsity Palm to stay up to date with tryout information. Our Desert Edge Athletics are constantly putting in 110%, and Marco joins us now to catch us up on the latest in DE sports news. Marco?
Thanks, Vaughn. Now on to today's sports scores. With the accelerated season upon us, the girls' tennis team went 0-3 this week with losses to Agua Fria on Tuesday, Moon Valley on Wednesday, and Centennial on Thursday. I apologize for the late recap from Tuesday's game, so there will be 2 games and 1 recap. The boys' baseball team took on Peoria for the second time. After getting walloped last Friday 10-0, the boys rallied and put together one of the best games of the year, beating Peoria 6-2. Last night, the boys took on Agua Fria and again came out on top, beating the Owls 6-3. DE grabbed an early lead and never looked back. The boys traveled to Centennial for the third match in 3 days and put up a great fight, but they lost to a final score of 3-6. This weekend, our track and field Scorpions competed in the Phoenix U Metro Relays. Max Garcia won both the shot and discus, and the boys and girls relay teams displayed greatness on the track. Long and triple jumps plays well, but they did not end up winning. That's all the sports scores I have for you today. Have a great week.
Now it's time to get caught up on what's going on in the state, union, and world. Jacob has been scouring the news wires on the latest stories. What's going on in the world, Jacob?
Thanks, Carla. Today we have a story on the vaccine which will be eligible for adults starting April 19th, a tragic incident that killed 4, and it's Lady Gaga's birthday on the World News docket. Let's get started with the story on the vaccine. President Biden made a bold new pledge on the coronavirus Monday. The president vowed that vaccine eligibility will expand to include 90% of adults within the next 3 weeks. It comes after Biden set an ambitious new goal last week of having 200 million vaccine shots administered by his 100th day in office. Unlike last week's declaration, Biden's promise on Monday didn't make mention of any specific number of vaccinations given. He merely addresses eligibility and availability in terms of each American's access to vaccines in their area. Police in Maryland are investigating a fatal shooting spree that killed 4 people and the shooter. Baltimore County Police say officers were called to the Royal Farms store Sunday. 3 people were shot, 2 died, and 1 is in stable condition at the hospital. While police were responding to that call, another one came in about an apartment on fire. That's where police say they found the suspect dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound and his apartment engulfed in flames. Police believe the shooting spree actually started at the suspect's parents' home, where the suspect shot and killed his parents. Happy birthday to Lady Gaga. The singer celebrated her 35th birthday over the weekend with a huge floral arrangement from boyfriend Michael Polinsky. Gaga shared a photo of the flowers with a caption, "When your boyfriend sends you all the flowers in Rome for your birthday." She added that she couldn't wait to be home with him and their dogs. Gaga currently is in Italy filming the biopic House of Gucci. Her 2 French bulldogs were in the news recently after they were stolen and her dog walker was shot. The dog walker survived and the pups were returned home safely. Well, that seems to be all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time. Back to you in the studio.
Now let's move on from the headlines of today to the headlines of the past.
Jaden, our resident DETV historian, has been searching for historical events that have happened on this day way back when.
I hear that today's story has something to do with Alaska. Jaden?
That's right, Vaughn. On this day, in 1867, the U.S. bought Alaska from Russia.
Russia wanted to establish a presence in the northern Americas, so they took a territory. It was called Alaska, but very few Russians ever moved there. Eventually, Russian Tsar Alexander II began looking for ways to sell Alaska to America. After the American Civil War concluded, negotiations began. The two countries agreed on a purely symbolic sum of $7.2 million, which is about $126 million in 2020, which is about 2 cents an acre. America had purchased 586,412 square miles, about 1.5 million kilometers of territory. Alaska would not be admitted as a state of the Union until 1959, and it remained sparsely populated until a gold rush in the late 19th century.
It's starting to get a bit chilly. That's all from me. Back to you.
That does it for today.
Remember, you can send us requests, suggestions, story ideas, and announcements to detv2012@gmail.com.
Until next time, I'm Vaughn Hopridge.
And I'm Carla Arias Moreno. Have a great day, Scorpions.